What is up, Roanoke?
We are here tonight and getting fancy. With our new little border, I guess.
I like it.
So every day is a learning experience, I guess.
That's right.
Can everybody hear us, or every one person hear us?
Hey, Mary, can you hear us?
That's right. It's either Mary or
Or
Gus. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely Mary or Gus. But yeah, welcome to our show where we talk about Roanoke and just everything that's going on in the area, whether it be good or bad. I'm Rob. This is JR. Our banners are a little high because they were set up to do that.
Right.
I'm not so fancy yet. I maybe need to change those banners out like that.
I got no problem with them.
Anyway.
So how was your week? Pretty busy?
It was busy, yeah. We had, of course, candy stuff last week. Saturday was slow. It was cold, rainy, everything. Right. Sunday I was supposed to do our pool. Winterize our little out-of-ground pool for the winter, and then we decided that we were going to head to Ollie's and buy some nerd ropes.
Gotcha.
So we went to Ollie's and spent about $100 on nerd ropes and got about 50-some containers of them.
Well, good.
So we got those coming out soon. And then Wednesday was Fall Festival for Farm School.
Awesome.
So Miss Tegan got to ride a horse and hay rides and things like that.
All right. How'd she enjoy?
Oh, she loved it.
Well, good.
Yeah, we found out she got a crush on a boy.
Nope.
I know.
Nope.
I know.
Got access to a creek.
Yep. She and we could just make him disappear at farm school.
That's right. That's true.
He's a cute little kid, but
got a creek and a freeze dryer.
So evidently she got new glasses this week because it was that time.
Right.
And evidently she chose the round frames because her little fellow friend likes Harry Potter.
Gotcha.
So the little round glasses kind of resemble Harry Potter.
Gotcha.
So,
Is it working?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not ready for that yet.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah. She's not ready for that yet either. She's 12.
She just doesn't know.
So, no, she don't. And then today she had some tooth pulled. And yeah, now she's worried she's going to starve to death because she can only have soft foods for the next 2 days.
Yeah, and see, mine would just go, that means milkshake, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I got her some pudding, and she had mashed potatoes. And, I mean, she just can't have, like, meat and stuff like that.
Right.
And so, but you would think that she was...
Or freeze-dried candy.
Yeah, she can't have freeze-dried candy either, but you'd think that she was going to starve to death. She's like, oh, I can't eat for 2 days.
Right.
So, how about your week?
Not as busy as yours. We
you had book fair, though, right?
We set up book fair right before last week's podcast, and then we just broke it down today, this morning. Shout out to Miss Harmon. Apparently, this year's book fair was the most profitable and best book fair they've had on record at Clearbrook.
Okay, and it's because they had the merchandise table, right?
Oh yeah, man! I've been to. I swear to God, I have been to concerts with less merchandise.
And that's what those kids love. When my kids were small, it was like they would get one book and then like 15 posters and little pens and pencils and gadgets.
Yep, different pens, the pointers, and yeah. But and then Cadence's birthday party was Sunday, so I'll have to send you some pictures of the Barbie box, the finished Barbie box, so we can post that up. She'd love to be on the internet. So, but yeah, other than that, just trying to take care of stuff. The Hugert family, our son-in-law's family, they come over for all the birthday parties.
Okay.
And apparently we had discussed it, and I remember bringing it up, but I didn't know Sunday was the date we had chosen.
Right.
So we decided to clean out the shed at the house and the chicken coops in the back. So I've actually got storage now. It's awesome.
You gotta get their number. See if they'll come over to our house, help me clean my shed.
Well, it might take a little while because the matriarch of that family is getting shoulder surgery next Thursday.
Oh, well, she could supervise.
Right.
She could supervise. She could sit there with Selena and they could just supervise.
Right.
Selena doesn't drink wine or anything, but... And Mary said little bit said the cake didn't turn out too bad either.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. She keeps telling everybody, and the more she talked about it, the more I
Did you
agree.
or your wife do the cake?
She did.
Okay.
She did. I was in charge of making sure the living room threw up pink,
Okay.
and I was in charge of the Barbie box.
Okay. And the Barbie box was a refrigerator with painted pink, a refrigerator box.
Well, it was 2 dryer boxes, but
Okay.
yeah, appliances. Shout out to, or big ups, whatever we do today.
Right.
For Austin Appliance on Franklin Road. Apparently, Home Depot and Lowe's break down all their boxes and send them out for recycling.
Okay.
And I guess they make money on recycling those boxes.
Right.
But when I called Austin Appliance, he was like, for a 9-year-old birthday party, yeah, I'll give you a call.
Right.
I'll have a couple drivers bring boxes home.
Nice.
Awesome.
And they actually brought them to you?
No, they let me know when they were at the office, but I mean, they're right over here by Alien Aquatics.
Yeah.
You know, and you know where I live, so that's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, it's not too
Hey,
far.
can I swing on by? Yeah, okay, well, make sure you're there, because if you go to lunch,
Right.
I got to break in.
That's right, because I got to be in the car rider line by 1:30.
Right.
Because that old man got there at 11.
Exactly.
I would start pulling in front of him and see what he does.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. If I didn't have a couple other things planned today, I'm getting out of there like 9:15 from breaking down the book fair, because, you know, demo day is always much quicker than
Been
work
setting
day.
up. Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I mean, demo day, we were in and out, gone, see you later, bye. If I didn't have anything else planned, I was this close to just pulling around the car line.
Oh, yeah.
Take a
Just to
nap.
beat that dude.
Do stuff on the phone.
Just to beat him, I'm going to plug in the laptop
That's right.
real quick.
Okay.
If not, we're going to lose the whole podcast eventually.
Well, that would probably be bad.
Yeah, and I already had that one little hiccup today, so we're not
Right.
trying to have extra hiccups.
Right.
I got to the office and got ready to get out the car, and I was like, I left that camera at the house. I took our podcast camera home to take some photos.
Well, because I'm pulling in.
I can
and
see you behind me.
And I see a red car back up and pull out, and I'm like, that looks like Robin. He wouldn't be pulling out at 7:10.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I forgot my camera. And so I texted the family. I was like, hey, could you get the black camera? It's in the chair in our bedroom. And they're trying to look for a black chair. Right. There's a black camera in the chair. But so they met me, and we weren't late at all.
Nope, not even a little. Not even close.
We even had audio tonight, which is good.
First time.
Yep, no drama with that, just the camera.
Yep.
That's a good night right there.
That's a good podcast setup night for us.
That's right. So let's get started. Rebos, the AA.
The AA club.
The AA club caught on fire early this morning about 3 o'clock.
Oh wow.
And did about $250,000 worth of damage. They had the older building. I guess is probably one of the original farmhouses for that area, because it used to be farmland.
Right.
And so they had built an addition to that, to the original building, and that whole addition burned down. Is not usable. There was some damage.
That's pretty close to y'all's place.
Oh yeah, it's right down the street. And they had done some. It had done some damage to surrounding buildings, but not a total loss. So it's $250,000 worth of damage and stuff like that. So.
Well, I mean, I know when I was having that kind of issue, there's actually a bunch of stuff inside of a Rebos building.
Right.
You know, so that's probably where a whole lot of that.
And
money
it's
came from.
needed for the community.
Without question.
But so nobody was hurt, just a lot of damage. So hopefully they'll be able to rebuild pretty quickly, and they're still investigating what started the fire though.
Right. Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, we had that murder suspect out on was it on Williamson?
It was Melrose.
Melrose. I'm sorry.
He shot, I guess, 3 people down there.
Yeah. And they found him out there by my daddy in South Dakota.
Okay. In his shed? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think he'd do that.
I
mean, unless he was pouring garage floors cheap, then he may have been in Dad's shed. So.
But yeah, so they finally caught him, Edward Denoyer, Denoyer or whatever.
Denoyer.
So I guess they're waiting on for them to expedite him back to this.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, South Dakota's got no problem doing that.
No, and I think they put them in a shipping crate and ship them here.
Well, there's a real good chance they go, you want us to just bury him out here? We're
Right.
good."
Yeah. Put them in a shipping crate and send them back.
Yeah.
Man in Wythe County. Don't drink and have guns.
Right.
Man in Wythe County was charged for attempted murder after his gun didn't even go off.
Right.
So evidently, police were called out to his house for a domestic situation. He was drunk, tried to shoot either his wife or girlfriend or whoever he was fighting with, and so he pulled the trigger and the gun never went off.
Oops.
So now he's being charged with, I think, drunk in public and attempted murder, and
Which is always a fun
and I think
weekend.
the last time we talked about somebody drunk and shooting was down in the Wythe County area.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was the same dude. Hopefully not.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that guy's not already out.
Right.
But
So yeah, didn't go off, and now he's in trouble.
yeah. And we had that motorcyclist. He died in Campbell County, wrecked into a truck, I believe.
Yeah,
it wasn't a big truck. I think it was.
It was this morning too.
Yeah.
Shortly after midnight.
Yeah, 27-year-old Corey Kidd.
Prayers for his family, and
yeah.
Roanoke Regional Airport's back in the news again. Some gentleman, they have not identified him yet, but he got caught with a gun, loaded gun.
Was he drunk?
Wasn't drunk that I know
Okay.
of. At least they didn't talk about him. And I'm sure once they put his name on there, somebody's going to know.
Oh, yeah.
But had a loaded gun, 9mm. Even had a round in the chamber.
Right.
So I mean, just and
Be smarter.
yeah, you got to know these things. I mean,
Right.
those who carry typically know, hey, I can carry in here. I can't,
Right.
Not allowed to really carry in the bank.
Right.
They have no gun posted, but that's just be aware.
And I think in an airport you got to have a permit, and it's got to be in your luggage. I don't even think it can be on your carry-on.
No, it can't be on your carry-on at all. It does have to be in your luggage, and I think it has to be two separate like your ammo has to be separate.
Yeah.
From your actual gun.
Yeah, Selena carry the ammo, you carry the gun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So we haven't tried that yet. We're gonna leave that at home.
Right. We're going to the happiest place on earth.
That's right. We were worried about being able to bring the lightsabers on the airplane.
Right.
We definitely ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, well, for school and education in the city, the late buses have improved, but still an issue in Roanoke
Still
City.
a big issue, and they're still trying to solve that. And the biggest thing, and we'll talk about jobs and things where everybody's hiring, but they're short bus drivers.
Right.
But I also think, and I was thinking this the other day driving through Rocky Mount, with the way pay is right now. You can go to McDonald's and make $12, $13 an hour.
Yeah.
Now, is it enough to feed your family? No, it's not.
No.
But you can go to a manufacturer and make $14, $15 an hour.
Right.
Sometimes $16.
Right.
Why would you want to? It's
Why would you want the stress?
yeah. Why would you
The
want
responsibility.
The stress? It's for almost the same amount of money.
Right.
Why would you want the stress of having to work overtime, having to
Right.
when you work at McDonald's?
Well, I mean,
Not that anything's wrong with either one.
and not for all jobs. I mean, there are some jobs out there I would rather do than work in fast food or a restaurant or what have you for the exact same amount of money because I'm learning something that I can further myself, da-da-da-da-da. That being said, I love your kids. I love my kids. I'm willing to bet you money what they're paying bus drivers is not enough for me to deal with everybody's kids.
It's about $17 an hour.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know we'll piss some people off. Most kids nowadays don't have manners.
Right.
They have no respect for those that are in authority. And
Right.
I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, but as far as authority, but the bus driver is the boss of the bus.
Right.
And so I think,
Right.
kids don't listen to them anymore, and kids don't listen to daycare workers anymore or teachers. And,
but I think there's something to be said. I guarantee you, at least our wives, or they hear the story. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, and it wasn't in Virginia. But a bus driver was just having a hard time with the kid, or at least one of the kids. So to get him to sit down, he slammed on the brake, and here comes this kid straight down the aisle. I'm sure our wives are going, "You can't do that to kids," and I'm sitting here going,
no, I'm pretty sure my wife would be like, she should have had her butt in the seat. And then when she got home, it would have been, why weren't you sitting down?
Exactly.
If you were sitting down, and as a bus driver, I would have been like, oh, God, there's a raccoon.
That's right.
I tried not to kill that squirrel.
Almost hit that dog.
I would not have admitted that.
Right.
They wouldn't sit down.
Bird was that close.
Yeah, it would have been a total accident. Mary said the difference in the two is you have set hours. If you're doing like Apply Gym or manufacturers and or benefits.
Right.
And I can see that. And I mean, I bartend at McAdoo's. I have set hours.
Right.
But, and I mean, it's all what you want. I'm not saying fast food's the answer by any means, but when the pay is almost the same in a lot of industries in the Roanoke area, you have to pick and choose what you could put up with.
Right.
Put up with the crazy. Because all jobs are have some type of drama, have some type of craziness, have something you don't like.
And have an irritating coworker.
Yeah.
That would be the one good thing about driving a bus. I'm going to be the only adult on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. and at McAdoo's, I'm the irritating coworker, so I don't worry about them.
Right.
And then at home with the candy business, I'm the irritating coworker. My wife would be like, she puts stuff back where it goes. Like, I'm trying.
Mary never has to tell me that.
Okay, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
So Roanoke County School Board still back up in the news again. The school board altercation that they had, it leads to a suit in Roanoke County, a defamation suit. Thomas McCracken III is suing Tiffany Sandifer.
Okay.
He's evidently a pastor, and he says that whatever statements she made about him on social media and in that meeting caused his reputation to be hurt because of it.
Gotcha.
So, but if you're in there acting like a fool,
exactly,
you get called out on it.
Right.
And I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know anything about it, but that's what's happened.
That comes down to a deal of it's not defamation if it's true.
Right.
So make sure you got your ducks in a row before you go suing somebody.
That's right. So, but hopefully that'll all even out, and Roanoke County will drop out of the drama thing for the school board.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully this doesn't rise to the occasion that the DOJ comes in and goes, "Hey, do you need a hand with this one?"
Yeah.
Nope, it's already in court.
We're going to come in and help you. Nope, go away.
Yeah. Speaking of the state police, the Virginia police departments are linking guns used in crimes, hoping to solve other cases.
I think they've been doing this all along. I read the article, and it's a ballistics thing.
Right.
And so, they're checking to see if the same gun shot this person that shot that person 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago.
Right.
And so even though they're still tracking that gun, they still don't know who the suspects are, because at least in the Roanoke, and we got some good news to talk about Roanoke, hopefully here in just a few. People aren't talking, so even though they know that was the same gun that shot 5 people,
right,
they still don't know who's pulling the trigger.
Who's pulling it?
Yeah. I guess if they ever find the person, then they can link them back to those.
According to the first 48, they've been doing this in other states for 10, 12 years now.
I thought we were doing it too, but evidently this is a new thing.
Maybe it's just now public.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Roanoke County Police continue to build their relationships in Roanoke. This is the good news. I mean, they're using community forums to do so. but we just hit 30 days with no homicides.
Nice.
No gun-related homicides.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I don't know that we can call it a victory yet.
I wouldn't go victory
But
in the valley.
you can do small victories and say,
Yeah.
okay, we won the last 30 days.
That's right.
Because we were taught that you may not win the day, but if you win half the day, or you may not win the month, but if you win the week,
Right.
you've won something at least.
Right.
I'm not into participation trophies though, but
No, I don't agree with that. But if I can win 3 days of the week, I'm going to call it okay.
yeah, you did an okay job. It's better than losing the whole week,
Right.
which I've done that too.
I've been
But
there.
Congratulations to Roanoke making it 30 days without a
30
gun
days
homicide.
without a gun. Nice. Okay, so Roanoke Police Deputy Chief David Morris resigns following administrative leave.
So evidently, and they haven't even discussed what happened or anything.
Yeah, they haven't gotten into.
Yeah, they said they
specifics.
can't talk specifics while it's still
Right.
under investigation, but evidently he wasn't even allowed to come into the police office or precinct or whatever it is without somebody escorting him in there and out. So
That's what I read.
whatever he's done is, or has or has not done was not a
Right.
good look, and he resigned and they accepted his resignation.
Right.
So hopefully that works out for whoever it's supposed to.
Right.
If he did something wrong, hopefully it'll take care of, justice will be served.
Right. All right, so moving on to a little local weather. NOAA's Climate Prediction Center issues official winter forecast for the 2023-2024 season.
So we are in an El Nino.
Yep.
So which means I was reading it and I thought that it brought a lot of snow too, and it all depends on the picture, on the temperatures. But the El Nino will have a wetter winter.
Right.
Which I feel like it rains all the time in wintertime anyway. Right. But it will have a wetter winter, and it's supposed to be a little bit warmer.
Right.
And then up north, it's supposed to be a little warmer to where the south will get a little colder air.
Right.
So.
Yeah, well, because I remember El Nino and El Nina. One is a little warmer, one's a little more extreme cold.
Right.
For winters. One is calm seas in the summer. One is, we're going to go through the alphabet twice.
Absolutely.
On hurricanes.
And speaking of that weather part of it, this week in Roanoke, and those that don't live here or haven't lived here, there are days in Roanoke where you leave with a sweater and there's snow on the ground, a big old jacket and there's snow on the ground, and you come home and it's 75 degrees, there's no snow, and the birds are singing, and you need shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, I mean, I took the kids to school this morning. I'm like, oh my Jesus, I didn't think it was supposed to get this cold. By the time you get in Carilion, oh my God, it's 72.
Yeah, that's when we left out this morning. We both had jackets. But it was like Monday. You and I went down to get some video of downtown and things like that. I show up in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's like 32 degrees. Not really, but I was like, oh my God, I can't.
We can get a shot. We can get a shot. Man, we're good. We're good. we got enough done at the office, man.
I didn't have any pants, so I left from there and went and bought a couple pairs of jeans.
Right.
So I was like, I don't even have pants to wear.
Came in handy the next day.
Yeah, it did, absolutely. And then I had to go do other things. But so evidently there's a strong cold front coming up this weekend. Friday football looks like it's going to be some rain and cold. Saturday it's supposed to get up to I think 59, 60 with wind gust. I read one report to where it said we'd have wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour. My wife said it's supposed to do 15 to 20 miles an hour wind gusts. So, and I think she got that off Weather Channel.
Right.
So we'll see who's right there.
It'll depend on where you're at. Y'all get 15 to 20. We're a little higher up on the mountain. We'll get 20, 25.
Right, absolutely. But the other part of that is if you have any kind of plants out that are not tolerant to frost, Monday night and Tuesday night, there's a frost warning out.
Yeah.
So whatever plants, that means the tomatoes that are still producing tomatoes are done now.
Right.
Which means the chickens get full range of the whole yard.
Nice.
They'll be excited about it.
They'll be happy.
Yeah. So cold front coming, frost, gusty winds. We were supposed to be at the farmers market this weekend. If they're calling for 40-mile-an-hour winds,
Maybe not.
they may cancel the farmers market. So definitely check on Big Daddy's Facebook page.
Yeah, because y'all will be a little uphill of the main road.
Yeah, and last Saturday it wasn't windy; it was just cold and rainy.
Right.
But it was kind of funny. We had these older ladies come through, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't really like candy," and they taste it. Like, "Oh, our grandkids would love that." And then like 15 minutes later, I look up the parking lot there, and the older lady, they're sitting there just munching on a bag of it, and like their friend came, and they're like, "Oh my God," they're holding out, going, "Here."
Grandkids ain't getting none of that.
Yeah, I don't think it made home. The Mountain Valley Pipeline back in the news.
Yep. They have they increased the cost estimate, and the start has been delayed. Apparently they need $600 million more dollars. Brings us up to 7.2 mil.
7.2 bill.
Yeah, 7.2 bill. I don't know how we needed
7.2
600 million more, but it's only up to 7.2 mil.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why Mary is the mathematician in the house.
I'm gonna have you do my taxes this year. Right. Not married. JR's doing my taxes.
And they also had 3 new protesters last week arrested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are still protesting. They're not gonna stop it. I mean, I understand and do you and take those charges. I don't understand why they need $600 million more.
Yeah, exactly.
What you gave us this estimate, and this is what you do it for.
Right.
You may be able to get a little bit of increase, but $600 million?
Well, really? if you want extra money, finish ahead of schedule. Get your bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Mary said, good luck with taxes. It'd be all right. I'll give him my little commissary account. He can drop some money in there every once in a while for me.
Oh, if I sign it, I'm going.
If he can sneak some freeze-dried candy in there, we'll be rich.
I'm not able to be in solitary if I fill that thing out.
I don't know. I won't have you put your name on there. I won't take you down with me.
I appreciate it.
Good Lord. I got a story for later.
Okay.
I don't know if we can talk it. I didn't know they were doing the apartment on Melrose. So there's the Melrose Towers. They're doing studio apartments and stuff there. And starting now until November 1st, they're accepting applications. They have a wait list there right now.
Right.
But they're accepting applications for you to be able to fill out to be able to live there.
And I think I read something to where some people are going to start moving in either this week or next week, but they're going to have like the ribbon cutting and all that and actually start moving enough people to call it a tower on the 1st.
And I actually had zero idea where that was until today. I was reading the article and they showed the building and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I drove by that.
Yeah. And so I always thought there, as a kid, I always thought rich people lived there.
Right.
I don't know if they did or didn't, but
right.
I think at one time it may have been some type of assistant living facility, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe we'll do some research on that one.
There you go. And the city seeks to spur Valley View Mall development because that's what that place needs is more development.
So they're trying to get more stores out there. There are lots of empty places like the old Sears.
Right.
That was there. So there's a lot of empty spots in Valley View. Not as many as Tanglewood, but there are lots of empty spaces. And I don't know if it's a national rule or Virginia rule or just a Roanoke rule. You can only develop a certain percentage of, the city can only develop a certain percentage of land that they own for business.
Right, okay.
And so they're selling off some other land to be able to develop a little more at Valley View to be able to have more shops and maybe fill some of those empty spaces too.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot of land around there that they can build on. And,
right.
And I mean, we didn't realize that they had an Ollie's out at Valley View until probably Saturday.
Right.
My wife's like, "Do you know there's an Ollie's at Valley View?" I was like, I had no idea.
Well, I think Mary and I accidentally came about it. We had gone, because they closed the Applebee's at Valley View.
Okay.
Or the one at Tanglewood, but the one at Valley View was still open.
Right.
I think I don't even think we saw it on the way in. I think we came out of Applebee's and went, huh.
Yeah, it's going to be another Mexican restaurant.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going to be a Mexican restaurant.
Well, because I thought when they closed Abuelo's, I thought an American burger joint was supposed to take that place.
It was.
But now it's just demolished. It's the concrete.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wonder if they're just rebuilding the burger joint then.
That's going to be my guess.
That's weird. Why not just keep the same structure?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a waste.
I mean, it can stay looking like an Abuelo's. I mean, how many new restaurants do you know darn well used to be a Pizza Hut?
Right.
You know, used to be a KFC.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I don't know why they would torn it down, but maybe their burger place wants their own, which is weird. That's kind of makes it disposable, like, you know.
Right.
Oh no, we don't like that building. If you tear it down and give us a new one,
right,
we'll move there. It's kind of counterproductive.
They're not an NFL team. They don't get a new stadium.
Right. So I don't know if that's what's happening or not, but that's. I didn't even know they tore. That's how long it's been since. I mean, we went to Ollie's and we were on out of there.
Right.
But what's so funny is it's an Ollie's thing, but you walk into it and it used to be the old Toys R Us.
Right.
And you walk in, they still have the old Toys R Us flooring. They ain't even come in and put new flooring, didn't scratch up all the Toys R Us stuff. It just says.
And it's probably been a year since Mary and I have been to either Ollie's. Now that I think about it, but. Do they still have the Toys R Us buggies?
Yeah,
because when they first opened, it was just a Toys R Us buggy.
I think they have some Ollie's ones, but they have it's all mostly Toys R Us buggies too.
Gotcha.
So I guess they were like, hey, we just gonna move in here. That's what that burger joint should have done.
Exactly.
You know, we the Mexican burger joint now.
Hola.
Yeah. Hola. Yeah, we're the Mexican burger joint now.
That's right.
I'd be all right with that.
Yep.
Where were we? Council approves. Oh, this one didn't make much sense to me. Council approves discounted parking for eligible downtown service industry workers. So when you work downtown, you have to park, of course,
right?
Because you drove there typically, right. And you were always having to pay full price.
Right.
Well, now they're going to discount it, and maybe I read the article wrong or something, but it looked like there was a yearly income thing to it. So you had to work down there or had to live down there type thing.
Right.
And then you had to make less than like $34,000 a year at your job in order to qualify for that discounted for the discounted rate or something like that. I'm like,
right.
That just makes no sense.
No.
And I guess there are a lot of attorneys and things that work down there, so maybe it's to keep them from saving money. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, do you have to show your tax returns or a W-2? Or
right.
What do you have to show to do that? And it starts November 1st.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't understand
because that's gonna bring up a whole lot of questions. What's a service industry worker?
I think they're talking they're talking retail down there, but service industry also is your restaurant workers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But people like me with, I got 32 jobs.
Right.
My income's a little more than that.
Kids, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Kids,
so my income's a little more than that. So I wouldn't qualify for discounted unless they just want to see my W-2 from where I work.
Right.
And then be like, oh, yeah, hey, we're good.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, somebody's got 14 jobs, and a lot of those service industry people do have multiple jobs.
Oh, absolutely.
So
almost got to.
Yeah. So evidently that starts November 1st, though, and there's an application that you fill out on, I think it's the Roanoke City website for the discounted parking.
Okay. Well, we got Mill Mountain Zoo celebrates Alma the Tegu and remodeled reptile python houses.
Yeah. So they went in and redid all of that stuff. I don't even know. I think a tegu's a type of lizard, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
And so they redid that one and the reptile, I think the whole reptile house, including the python.
Right.
So, and I mean, there's probably only about 4 reptiles in there anyway.
I think last time we were in there were actually quite a few.
Okay.
But I guess everybody going to that new Carilion playground inside the zoo, I'm sure a couple people were going, what are we doing here?
Right.
And now that they got the zoo back going,
right.
They're probably trying to bring in a little money to do those renos.
Oh yeah, I like the zoo. I mean, it's super small. But, You know,
Oh, but
it's
but
fun.
it's
I haven't
worth
been
every
in
penny.
a few years, so.
Yeah, it's worth every penny of the admission, though.
Oh yeah, and the kids love it. It's really
yeah.
not for us anyway.
Yeah.
The kids
Well,
absolutely love it. I mean, I do too, but
I mean, I love it, but once I get past the red panda, yeah, we can look at whatever.
that's right. You want to pet a goat?
That's right.
Let's go back over and look at the little groundhogs.
Yeah.
Or no, they have prairie dogs.
Well, and now they've got the bear. They've had the bear out there for a couple years
Right.
now.
But if you live in the city,
Yeah.
and speaking of the bear, nothing to do with the bear, but animals. Salem City just got the information back from Mountain Avenue. They found a skunk up there.
Okay.
And they just got the lab results back, and it did have rabies
Of course.
for Mountain Avenue in Salem. So
Okay.
if you got bit by that skunk, just beware. You
Yeah.
probably got rabies.
Suggest you hit Lewis Gale
That's right.
since you're in Salem.
The historic Buchanan Theatre prepares for a much-needed facelift. I think Grandin got one a few years back. And then, so Buchanan's getting theirs, and it's going to cost about $500,000
Oh, wow.
to do it.
Okay.
I like Buchanan. I like the swinging
Yeah,
bridge. Is
me
my
too.
favorite.
Yeah, I just like Buchanan in general.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's a small little. I like the little small towns like that.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, if you don't do, if you're shady or not walking on the straight and narrow, everybody knows your business.
Oh, without doubt.
That's smaller, and they do in Roanoke too.
Hell, even if you're on the straight and narrow, they know that too.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. That's right.
But Carilion Clinic is moving their planned cancer care center closer to the biomedical lab.
Mm-hmm. Their original thinking on that was they were going to put it kind of near the river.
Right.
I think across the street.
Across the street from where it is.
Yeah, yeah. And so then they kind of rethought that. And,
Right.
and they're still trying to raise money for it. They haven't disclosed how much money they've raised so far, but
Right.
they've decided to bring it closer, a little further away from the river, which I think is a good plan.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long Mom has had this prosthetic leg. It was, we were into COVID
Mm-hmm.
when she went in and lost that, but they've been building onto the front side of Memorial for at least damn near that long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And
they just keep adding on, so when they finish that, they'll turn around and do something else.
that thing's going to be bigger than the Millennium Falcon when they're done.
That's right, but no, it won't fly like that.
No.
It won't fly like that at all. Oh, they heard us on our, they must have heard our podcast.
this summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
giving them crap about this. You want to go ahead and talk about that one?
Well, I mean, now's not the time to do it, but Virginia's sales tax holiday is returning. They finally got around to voting on that.
That's this weekend.
Yeah.
So you don't have much time to plan. It starts tomorrow.
So go ahead and call your kid's teacher for next year. Find out what that supply list looks
That's
like.
right. Or it may look the same. So I would call the next year's grade and be like, "Hey, can I get the list from this year?"
Right.
And at least you got a head start if nothing
Well,
else.
luckily, I'll give Clearbrook this much. Their supply list is still listed on their webpage.
Nice. I go ahead and
You
print
can
that
go
down.
click in on the grade.
Yep. And then you could also probably get discounted things because
Right.
everything's marked down. All the school supplies are marked down.
Ooh, since you're paying for your lunches again, that tax holiday go to food too this weekend?
I don't know. Maybe.
Huh.
We'll have to
I don't
look
know.
that up.
I have to check into that.
We'll have to look that up. State report, and I don't know if we paid somebody to do this report, but state report shows child care is unaffordable for most Virginians. Who would have thought?
This is what we call the theory of duh.
Every time, and I'm cool with raising raising the hourly rates,
Right.
the minimum wage. But every time you raise the minimum wage, it raises prices.
Right.
Whether they have anything to do with anything, because companies have made record profits
Right.
through COVID to today,
Right.
but childcare is like crazy. I mean,
Right.
for Tegan, for after school care when she was in school, and this was pre-COVID, we were paying $180 a month for her to go there for 2 hours a day
2
after
hours a
school.
day, yeah.
Yeah, and so those people that are paying for full-time, they're
running now?
I can't imagine what they're paying. I can't imagine that you could work it. It would almost be cheaper for a parent to stay home, husband or wife, I don't care.
Right.
Husband or wife to stay home and keep the children, and the other one work.
Right.
Even 2 jobs
Yeah.
would still make more money than it would cost. And Mary's baffled. She's like, "What? It's just now unaffordable?" Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
But it's
well, that's what the new study says.
yeah. And I'm sure we paid like a fortune to get that study done.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt in my mind.
I would love to see. At what point is like, hey, I want to study the marching patterns of ants.
Right.
And the government's like, oh yeah, we need what, like $4 billion for that? Here.
No, what you need
check.
is a science major that needs a project.
Yeah, but they get grant money off of that, and that's when my son was looking to go to tech for computer engineering. We sat in there and listened to their thing about the computer engineering program and stuff, and they said by the time you're a junior, we should have sat down with you and found grants for you to pay for the rest of your school, your housing, from the government, from other companies, and then also pay for your graduate school through grants and stuff. So the money's out there, but I don't know that, we should be wasting. I mean, all you got to do is it takes like 2 seconds. You look at the average wage and you look at the average daycare cost, and
yeah, exactly.
If they don't match, it's too expensive.
Well, and it's a whole vicious cycle, because here's the thing. At some point, there should be somebody, whichever spouse is going to stay home to take care of the kids. Well, hell, why can't I get a job at the daycare? I'll watch my kid and yours and yours and yours.
But they usually.
But now you got to have a certificate, because.
But
I agree,
also,
not all adults
your
are
kids
qualified
don't stay
to watch
there
kids.
for free.
Right.
And so you're still paying for them to go there.
Right.
And usually it's about a little just less than what you're making there. So
Right.
it's a wash, I think. It depends on how many kids you have too.
Right.
I mean, hell, we had 6 kids.
Right.
They
we
weren't
got 3.
going, hey, we're going to still give you a paycheck if you bring all of those here.
Right.
They're like, you're still going to owe us. You know that, right?
Right.
So, this one's a weird one. Somebody else, it's AAA did this research.
Yeah.
AAA, Montgomery County is ranked number 2 in deer-related crashes in Virginia. And what that probably means is if you live in Montgomery County, your insurance is going to go up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because it's a bigger risk for you to hit a deer.
And how many of your buddies are hunting with a bumper?
Right. And so 255 in 2022. 255 deer were hit in Montgomery County.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
Yep. And then and I guess this is
wait. If they were number 2, did we read who was number 1?
It did not give me number 1. I read through that article like 3 or 4 times. It did not give me number 1 because I was like, I want to know what number 1 was. And it wouldn't. I guess you could probably go on AAA's site and maybe look. But yeah, it did not give number 1 at all. But Botetourt rolled in at number 6 for 142 crashes. They probably roll in number 1 as far as I-81 crashes, though.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm willing to bet, too.
Yeah, absolutely. There was another one today. I don't know where it was. The only reason why I know there was a wreck today is because I had to go to Salem to get some stuff done.
Gotcha.
And we never talk about this in our show. When they closed down 81 around the Salem exits, from where you go on the 581 to Salem exit,
right.
When they closed that down, or even out to Dixie Caverns, Main Street Salem becomes a parking lot.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody gets off right there.
And so they've recently made it to where if you drive a tractor trailer, you have to go down and cut across 4th Street. The truck route.
Okay.
You can't take your tractor trailer down
Main
Main Street now, and it was happening.
Right.
And so, but as I was going towards my wife's shop, there were big RVs and things, and I think maybe those should go truck route too. I think if you're pulling an RV, you got to take the truck route. You can't be on Main Street because they're doing, and they're also doing all of that.
Safer for you too.
Right. And they're doing all the remodeling there on Main Street too. So it's kind of like as you go through, you're having to like kind of shift lanes because there's a turning lane here now. There wasn't a whole lot of room to begin with.
Right.
And so they're changing out the turning lanes to where you're having to shift over. But as we were turning from 4th Street on to Main to head towards the Walmart down in Salem, there were tractor trailers just making that turn. And my daughter's like, "Oh, Dad, there's going to be a wreck." And I said, "If there's a wreck there, it's going to shut it all down." But I mean,
I hope everybody in between here and 81 has a sandwich.
yeah, double lined. And I mean, the light would turn red and the tractor trailer's still sitting there in the middle of the road because eventually they'll probably do something with that. But I don't think the 3rd lane is the answer for it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to fix anything. Yeah. It's just going to take the shoulder away from getting around.
Right. Yeah, and that's what people do anyway, and idiots. Yeah, and
that's probably what causes 1/4 of the accidents on 81.
Mm-hmm. And I think distracted driving and driving too fast is
without a doubt
is the main culprit there. I know one of the states, and we've talked about this before. One of the states actually has their state troopers driving tractor trailers and on the interstates and stuff. And so as they're driving, they can see down into your car. And if you're texting, they just radio ahead to the trooper up the road there, and they just kind of wave you over. You're getting a ticket. You're getting a ticket. Everybody gets a ticket. So
nice.
I think it's kind of smart, but it's sneaky too.
Yeah. It's one of those. Is that serving and protecting? Where I think we're into a gray area, but.
Yeah,
but I also get it. There are kids on the highway.
Yeah, but also, I mean, you look at this area, and I feel like maybe they switched. We had no shootings in 30 days in Roanoke. Right. Maybe it's like now every day we have to have a wreck. Because I feel like every single day there's a wreck or two on 81 now.
Yeah.
And with the weather coming, with winter coming, it's going to be worse.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah. And people don't know how to drive in snow or even rain here. Yeah. So if you're moving here, just know they don't know how to drive in the rain.
Well, but it's also better than Tidewater. They can't even drive in the dryness.
They closed down.
There will be an accident in the tunnel today, I can promise you.
As far as job markets, everybody's still hiring. Yeah, everybody's still hiring. Just go out and get a job.
Yep. If you want one, there's one to be
found.
Yep.
I know Friendship's hiring. Roanoke City buses are hiring. Yeah. Roanoke County buses are hiring.
Can I talk you into a city a city school bus driver position?
We could even work out a deal to where maybe 2 bags of Big Daddy's Munchies a week is a bonus.
There you go.
You got that job because of us.
I'm driving a Roanoke City bus now. Somebody needs to be at the bus stop.
I give you treats. So, it hasn't slowed down as far as events for the weekend or anything. No. And they're only going to pick up with the holidays and things like that too. Yeah. But we'll jump on over there and talk about all these events. Even our international friend is in this part this time.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the algae bloom in this.
Didn't hear anything about the algae bloom this week.
Come on, Seth, work with us, man.
That's right. So Railroad Dawgs opening up this weekend, and it's their opening night, and also their banner raising at the Berglund Center.
Because they won their first championship last season.
Okay. Congratulations
to the Rail Dawgs. Got Roanoke Steam Day, free admission, registration required through your local museums.
Mm-hmm. And so you have to go online and register that you're going to be there, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. And they've changed it to where it used to be STEM. Right. I thought it was STEM.
Right.
But they've added in that A for arts.
Right.
So now it's STEAM. Right. And at first when I read it, I was like, something to do with the locomotives.
11, yeah.
It's about Roanoke. Something to do with trains. Let's look at it. And it was about that. So that A in there, instead of it being STEM, they've added in the arts too, which are important.
When I was younger, when I was in high school, I thought the arts was a stupid section. Mm-hmm. The older I get, they may actually be the most important part of school.
Yeah, they're probably one of the most important in this society as far as that's where your imagination comes from. That's where a lot of your inventions and things like that come into play.
Well, in a lot of your other classes, you learn what to think. Arts is where you learn how to think.
Right.
You know, that's where you learn all your deductive reasoning.
Right. And problem solving
Yeah.
and all of that. So, but so that's this weekend at the Grandin Theatre. It seems like all month they've had that theme, and it's awesome. Right. One of my favorite movies, Poltergeist.
I may or may not be able to talk Mary into that movie. I don't know yet.
Mary, we go double date and go to Poltergeist. You and Selena can sit down in the lobby and chat.
Right.
Because she won't watch it either.
Rob and I just want to see the little girl go, they're here.
Yeah.
And,
their back is number
daughter
2.
Do the whole.
I really like those old school movies. And I was talking to Tegan last night about, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. And she's like, what is that? And I was like, well, the saying is that every town has a Elm Street. And she goes, but we live on Hillbrook. I said, I know, you ain't got to worry about that.
Right.
And so, but that same chance.
But irritate me, I'd drop you off on Elm Avenue.
That's right. We'll be like, hey, I got a Sharpie. We'll make it Elm Street.
That's right. So what is it you thought about that little boy at farm school? No.
That's right. After the show, I'll show you a little picture I got with the 3. It's her, a little guy, Brody, and then her little friend Ava.
Okay.
And I got a picture of them walking down the gravel road up to ride the horses.
Okay.
And
nice.
It was the cutest little picture ever. But I mean, that's what it's just that friendship. As I was leaving, they were all 3 texting each other.
That's what farm school's about.
Yeah, that friendship and things. So, and plus they get dirty and have fun. I mean, oh my goodness. Next week I'll bring pictures. So I look over. They had face painting there too.
Nice.
Well,
did you get your face painted?
I did not. No parent was getting their face painted. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But so one of the little kids like, Tegan, let me paint your face, and she's like, okay, I want whatever. And he's like, all right. So he starts drawing. I mean, he's like got a whole side of her face, whatever. And to me, it looked like scribbles.
Right.
Well, then Tegan's like, yeah, that's all right. And then she decides she's going to face paint herself.
Oh, nice.
And so I got pictures of her just sitting there, and she's like,
yeah, I need a picture of that.
Yeah. She's, painting on herself. And her little friend Brody's like, don't you need a mirror to look, or, a camera to look at yourself while you're painting? She goes, nah, I'm just doing whatever the brush tells me to do. Just letting the brush do its thing. And I was like, okay. He's like, but it'd be better if you have them. She's like, listen, you do not know girls' bodies. And I was like, listen, hold up.
Right, hold on, you 12, you better not either.
We all have faces.
Right.
They may be a little round or a little square, but we all have faces. Right. Has nothing to do with the girl's body.
Right.
And she's like, oh. But she's like, you did not know. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
We're not going
He knows his face. He's got a mirror.
Right. And then Mary said, can they drink while we watch?
I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, I'm just going to drop Mary off at y'all's place. We'll go to
Yeah, they can sit and chew on candy
and
and chill together.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, but I love those movies. Mary's coming over, Selena.
Still got the lantern tour at the Natural Bridge. I don't know why I wanted to call that National Bridge.
Oh no, that's I would love to do that. I don't see the time though. That's
exactly,
where I'm at.
Exactly.
Because the time that I have free, I want to spend with family.
If it was a little closer, but I mean it's 45, 50 minutes out there, however long the lantern tour is, and then it's 45, 50 minutes back.
But if they're still doing, I think it ends at the end of the month though. I was going to say if they're still doing the lantern tour after we change times.
Right.
Although I thought that was over with already, but
I think that happens around Halloween.
It does. It happens like the first weekend in November, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, heck, it's gonna get dark at 4:36.
Oh, yeah.
We can pick the kids up from school and head that way. By the time we get there, it's dark, and we can be home by 6 in time for dinner.
Right.
So yeah, I just I think I get torn between the, I'm free for the day. I got to spend it with my family, and I'd not complaining about it, but
Right.
my family doesn't always want to do what I want
Got
to do.
to,
And I
get
don't,
to.
yeah, and I don't want to do always what they want to do. But,
Right.
but yeah, some of those things, I guess I would need to just make ourselves as, okay,
Right.
we're going to go to the Lantern Tour. Y'all are welcome to come.
Right.
And if not, oh well. The Sinklin Farms, again this weekend, they go through the end of October.
Right.
We just want to, if you didn't watch last week, maybe you watch this week.
Yeah. And
So,
brand new pumpkin chucker.
yep, that's right. I don't think they're shooting people out of there, though, but you can
Yeah.
do a pumpkin.
I don't know. Layla, today I may try and pay extra to get her in that pumpkin chucker.
Be like, hey, come here. You want to ride?
Right, that's right.
Tegan wouldn't, because she'd be like, is it kind of like a roller coaster? Yeah, I'm not doing it. And it's more like the Tower of Terror, and she already has, nightmares of that.
Right. Got the Terror Manor.
Mm-hmm. And with those, and I learned this week too. Somebody had asked about Terror Manor if their 10-year-olds could go, and they said it was probably too scary for a 10-year-old.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't been, but they
Right.
said it's probably too scary for a 10-year-old. But a lot of these haunted houses actually have an age limit, to where you have to be a certain age to be able to get in.
Okay.
And I guess it's
Gotcha.
just because of the violence, the gore, and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I know at King's Dominion, they for the low price of $16, you can wear a tag and you don't get scared. But I know the boy loved it.
Mm-hmm.
He turns 11 this year, and how much he loved it and how much he wanted to spend time with his daddy.
Right.
You know, we can probably discuss that at a different time. But yeah, the girls were just, yeah, I'm staying. We didn't get into anything before Layla was done.
She's like,
no,
no.
it's time to go, Pop. It's time to go. I did not. You've been to King's Dominion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get back to the Eiffel Tower before I'm getting a call. Hey, where are you at?
Right.
Cadence has been jumped twice, so she's had enough.
Good gosh, that's funny. So we got the trick or treat with the parakeets at the Science Museum.
I like it.
Yeah. When you go in there, you got to scoot your feet though.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
We did the mall one.
Do not step on a parakeet.
I would feel so bad.
I would.
Oh, speaking of bad, I watched a guy on TikTok the other day, and he was walking into it, and this would be my luck. He's going to walk into some building, and a pigeon hit him in the back of his head,
God.
and they got it on camera, and the thing bounced and knocked him down, and then the pigeon fell, and he got up, he's rubbing his head, and he's looking, and pigeon
like, "What the
flies
heck?"
off, yeah. Somebody put a hit on him,
Right.
government hit on him.
Oh my God! I'm just now seeing the screen. Is my hair that long? Sorry.
So maybe
that.
we'll have Selena after she gets drinking, we can both get haircuts.
There you go. I like it.
Mine's getting long too. Trick or treat with parakeets, and
I
then
got the sock spooktacular. I forget how many years they've been doing that now.
it's been quite a few years.
Yeah. But they got the spooktacular and Hocus Pocus movie night at the Salem Red Sox.
That'll be fun this weekend. We watched
yeah.
Hocus Pocus the other night.
I don't know that we've seen it this season, but the girls and Mary will watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 as many times this season as we will let them.
It's one of those things. A lot of times at nights we'll put on either a movie or a show that we've watched a million times.
Right.
That way you're not all into it, and if you get sleepy, you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Right.
and so we've done Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. Lately we've been running just Harry Potter's.
Okay.
Because there's 7 of those, so that
Right.
gets us at least through like 10 nights.
And those are like 2.5 hours each.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do we could do the Lord of the Rings after this one. Hell, that would get us through probably the end of the year.
Yeah, no
There are
doubt.
3 or 4 hour movies there.
Right. You would fall asleep by the
That's
time
right.
those were over.
We got the 2023 All Heisers Eve Disc Golf Tournament. That's at Greenfield Disc Golf Course.
Okay.
And that's out in Troutville.
Okay.
I was like, maybe they because we have the one down here off of is it Brambleton? Does it turn into anything?
Yeah.
Brambleton, I think, is still all the way down that way. So we have the disc golf down there,
Right.
and now I guess it's past pickleball season.
I guess.
So now we're
It's a
gonna
little
have about
chilly
that.
to be in shorts with a paddle.
And for me, it's a little windy to be. I mean,
Right.
if you're calling for 30-mile-an-hour wind
I've
gusts,
never played pickleball. I don't know how
Yeah.
heavy this ball is.
yeah, but I think they're like a wiffle ball type thing.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but as far as the frisbee golf.
Yeah.
Disc golf or whatever.
Right.
30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I think that would probably affect your play a little bit.
I would like to think.
I would probably play better. Because I know when I play regular
probably
golf,
give me a little.
I can hit it about 300 yards to the left or to the right.
Right.
Never down the
Never straight, but I can hit it a while. Yeah. Got 5 Mile Mountain Road playing at the Harvester this weekend.
I had to actually read that when I put it in. I was like, I kept trying to make it a 5K
right.
or a 5-mile run, and I'm
right.
like, wait a minte. Oh, it's the name of the band.
right.
Yeah, I kept trying to make it a 5-mile run. The Barktoberfest is this weekend down in Elmwood Park.
Nice.
You bring your animals in, but I kind of think you have to have your rabies tag, or it used to be that way. So yeah, I think you have to have. I believe you have to make sure you have your rabies, and you're supposed to have those anyway. But.
Yeah. Well, Rex has been chasing too many things. He's limping. I don't think I'm taking him to Elmwood Park.
No, he hasn't been in Salem on Mountain Avenue. He's a big dog. You don't need no Cujo at your house.
Right.
I can see y'all sitting in that gravel driveway. Yeah, no, I ain't coming to your house.
And we have Blocktoberfest at the historic Grandin Village.
Not to be confused with the Barktoberfest.
Yeah. Elmwood and Grandin are far enough apart.
They are, but when you talk, but if you're meeting somebody, you're like, hey, we're going to the Blocktoberfest. Did he say block or bark?
Right.
So, and then we have the International Wine and Food Festival at Berglund Center.
At the Berglund Center.
It isn't going to compare to Disney World's Epcot's Wine and Food Festival.
Right.
But should be fun, and that's the Berglund Center getting some more events in there.
There you go. I like it. Got the Jeter Farm Fall Festival and Country Store. I know we're a fair fan of Jeter Farm.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's usually the one we take them to, but we do like Lehman's too.
Yeah, I like Lehman's, and then Sinklin Farms is fun.
Yeah.
And I don't think what is the other one up by in Troutville?
I don't know.
Eikenberries.
Huh?
Eikenberries. Yeah, Eikenberries. I don't think they do any kind of like fall festival, but we get our apples either from Eikenberries, or we go into on the other side of Willis, and we get our apples from Wade's.
Okay.
So, and actually we're going to go get apples next Wednesday when I drop Tegan off at farm school, because she's out in Fincastle. We'll go buy Eikenberries, and I'll get a bushel or two. And we're going to start doing freeze-dried fruits.
Okay.
So we're going to roll freeze-dried fruits, and our goal with the fruits and vegetables is, as much as possible, having them local. We got local apples, we're not getting local bananas.
Right.
Or mangoes or
local
anything.
Peaches might be hard. So.
Oh, no, local peaches are all day long.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I get local peaches every year.
Okay.
I usually go down and get those from Wade's.
Okay.
And I think I paid maybe $60 a bushel this year.
Okay.
And I'm awful with bushels and pecks. And,
right.
And, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get 3 bushels. Right. And to me, I'm getting 3 boxes. Well, all of a sudden now I'm getting like 8 boxes or 9. And I'm like, oh, that's a little more than I thought.
Right.
So every year I go in and like this year I went to get peaches, and I was like, let me get a bushel. And I got 3 bushels, I think. And I ended up with like 6 boxes. And I was like, oh, well, what is... And they were like, oh, no.
I'll be back for the other half.
Yeah.
I got a car.
Yeah. And so I was like, what the heck? And they were like, oh, yeah, we put them in half bushel boxes. Oh, well, I really only wanted 3 boxes.
Right.
But I want
3 of those.
But, Mama didn't raise no punk, so right. I ain't backing out.
I'm committed now.
Yeah, let me get a bushel and a half then. I got them 3 bushels.
Right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah, so that's, I go overboard every year with that. So,
right.
But we're going to try to get all of our fruits and vegetables local as much as we can. Yeah. And then what we don't get, we'll get organic from wherever we, can get them from.
Gotcha.
And then our international superstar, college teacher, high school teacher, Seth Custer.
Musician extraordinaire.
That's right. He is playing at Big Lick Brewing this weekend with the Flat Breaks.
Awesome. Be sure to go online and check him or check out the details on that. We we're a huge fan of Seth's. We want to get everybody in there that we can.
And he got a haircut this week too.
Did he?
Yeah. He had grown that hair out to like this, and
Right.
beard was all shaggy, and he posted a picture like 2 days ago, and he looks 12 again,
Oh, nice.
even though he's not 12.
Right.
I think he's almost 30, but
Gonna end up getting ID'd for that beer.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
And got the Salem Gun and Knife Show at the Salem Civic Center this weekend.
I don't know if I know the rules have changed of when you can get guns and how you get guns and stuff, but
Right.
I like to see these shows. I like going and seeing, and I couldn't tell you different guns to save my life.
Right.
You know, I have guns and can shoot them and know how to, but as far as, going in and go, okay, that's a 1922, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I have zero knowledge of all that stuff.
Right. Right.
Same with cars. I don't know. I know how to change brakes. I know how to, work on the cars that I have, as long as I don't need a computer for it.
Well, older cars, I can work on your motor.
Mhm.
My job was always to make it go. Making it stop, that's somebody else's deal.
But you used to
I
be
can't
able
do
to
brakes.
buy the books for your car.
Right.
So you go to Advance and you'd buy the book and you're like, okay, and it would tell you step by step. I guess YouTube probably took that out.
Yeah.
You can go on YouTube and find that out, but cars have gotten so technical now, and the areas to work in those cars have gotten so small
Oh yeah.
that somebody with big hands, you're not getting your hands.
Well, I
on that.
swear the new automotive engineers. Yeah, I swear to God, they get paid more if they answer the question, is there a more irritating place to put that?
Mhm.
And they find it and find a way to get that thing to
Yeah.
spark right up. Yep, I swear to God, they get a bonus.
Probably.
Have you, what's the newest car you've changed plugs in?
Probably maybe a 97.
Yeah,
If that, yeah.
Exactly. Because God, how old? But I know I've currently got a 2016 Chevy Traverse.
Mhm.
The plug wire comes off just like it always has, and there's some kind of whatever, some kind of extension that goes to the bottom of the block. You got to take that out, and then you need an ungodly extension
Mhm.
and a plug wrench to get those. Well, I'm not doing that 6 times.
No, it's too much.
But I'm going to take it to a shop and go, what do you mean $250 for a tune-up?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing used to cost me $40 out the door.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we took, and I have a great mechanic. I think he's got reasonable prices. I trust, when he says this is what it is, I trust him. And 99% of the time when I get there, if he said I need, blah, 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 he's got the old one to show me why it's,
Right.
why this is why it didn't work.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Right.
I trust you, bro.
Right.
But Emmy went in for an oil change and inspection, and it was $100.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I remember when I was like under 50, you could get an inspection and oil change.
Right.
But things have gone up.
They really have.
But I can't imagine what it would be taking somewhere else.
Right.
A
Right.
lot
exactly.
more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he got us in quick too, because Emmy messaged me Monday, right? Hey, Dad, can we get Mark to look at or do inspection for me and change the oil? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I messaged Mark, and Mark's like, I can get you in tomorrow. I'm swamped today. Usually he's a week or so out, but he's like, hey, I can get you in tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. So then I asked Emmy, I was like, is your inspection expired? Yeah. Did you get a ticket? No, not yet, but I don't want to get one. I was like, okay, I understand
Okay, good
that.
call.
So we get over to Mark's to have him do the stuff, and her inspection ran out in July. I was thinking like September. You went a whole month. I understand. It happens. But
Right.
July,
Right.
and you just now seeing that, you got to pay more attention than that.
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, because I usually try to keep up with what car needs what, and I may just steal Mary's car tomorrow and go get the oil changed, because we got her front bearing coming in Saturday, and she's got
Okay.
a guy scheduled to do that on Sunday, so I may just steal her car and get the oil changed tomorrow. but I'm pretty sure she went probably 2020 and 2021 without an inspection.
Oh, wow.
I forget
But
how
they weren't
long it
pulling
had
people
been.
over for any of that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they weren't.
Exactly.
I don't even know that they were allowing inspections and stuff because
Well, I
you
mean,
couldn't be
they-
in front of people.
Yeah. Well, for at least a year of that, but I mean, it was a little excessive
Right.
how long I let that go. So.
So, what do you got planned this week? This weekend?
I'm not completely sure.
If we lose, I'm
Hopefully,
something.
hopefully not a whole lot, but I think we're going to try and hit Willow Tree,
Okay.
which is one of our favorite antique joints, and it's real close to the house.
It's right down the street. Yeah, absolutely.
Now that we know that there's a food and wine fest at the Berglund Center, but a whole lot of it depends on.
So we dropped Mary and Selena off there, and then we head on
and then
over.
we go watch Poltergeist.
Yep.
Come
Then
back
we watch
and grab 'em.
Poltergeist. Yep. And
I like that idea.
we're still on. I pushed the wrong button
It's all
and started
right.
launching programs. I'm like, oh,
Now y'all are watching Poltergeist.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we did a thing. Got a second freeze dryer.
Nice.
So now we're looking at our candy room going, where are we going to put that thing? So when I left the house tonight.
I got empty space in chicken coops, man.
That's right. So when we left the house tonight, or when I left the house tonight the first time, Selena was online looking at tables and seeing how we can rearrange because we have all the candy stock too.
Right.
And most of that stuff is temperature sensitive. It can't sit out in the cold and then get hot and cold, or it can't.
Right.
So as I left tonight, she was looking at tables and we're measuring the room and seeing where we can rearrange and put that new freeze dryer. But
Okay.
I think it'll be a good thing because, and I told Selena we need to name it Yin and Yang.
Right.
Because one's going to be running candy and one's going to be running fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've already gone online and started writing scripts. I'm going to have the two machines battle.
Huh.
Like I've already started recording them to where like the old one's going to be like, hey, newbie. I don't know if anybody told you how it works in this room, but I run
Hey,
this place.
grasshopper.
Yeah, but I run this place. And so, and I'll do the TikTok with the eyes and the mouth that make it look like it's
Right.
talking. So we'll have some fun with it.
Heck yeah.
I'll look like an idiot, but I already do, so
Eh.
I don't mind. And then we may or may not be doing the farmers market. It depends on the wind. I'm not going out in 30-mile-an-hour winds. They may
Right.
not have it with wind gusts that big because they're worried about the tents flying away.
Right.
Eventually, I have to do the pool.
Right.
I know my son's coming in from South Carolina Sunday, so we're doing lunch with him.
Right.
And then from there, I don't know.
And that is one other thing. I do need to go ahead and winterize the RV this weekend. I may actually, if it's supposed to be above 50 tomorrow, I may go ahead and drain it
Right.
tomorrow, and then Saturday I'll hook all the antifreeze to it and get all the lines run. And
Do you have to run those through the lines like you would a house,
Yeah.
or how's that? Okay.
yeah, just like that. Just there's a valve line up.
hmm
And you get the pump run, you get the water pump running, and you suck all the antifreeze up, and you keep the faucets running. And
Okay.
once you got a good flow here, you close that one, go open the next one.
What do you do with the antifreeze at the end of the year? Do you just put it in a container and use it
Yeah.
again next year?
Well, I mean, we don't reuse it, but we dump it into a container. We save the containers that it
Mhm.
came out of,
Okay.
and some of it'll just kind of stay in the line and
Right.
wash out when you refill
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
everything, and you don't brush your teeth in there for like the first 2 runs,
Right.
but it's fine for pee and poop and showering.
Yeah, you'd be running around glowing like that algae makes you do.
Right.
Well, you have anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, this week, be safe,
Make good choices.
and we are